I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about why $100,000 is nowhere near the top for Bitcoin. Everything from this massive flash crash on Bitcoin, to the new incoming chairman of the SEC, Paul Atkins, to the fact that Bitcoin is on its way to flippening gold. Today, I'm going to share with you all the reasons that I can find that Bitcoin is nowhere near done with this bull market at $100,000, and I'm going to share with you exactly why we are still acquiring Bitcoin even at these levels. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Today's video is brought to you by Blowfin. Blowfin currently has a trading competition going on called the War of the Whales that, as we speak, has a $600,000 prize pool active. When you sign up for Blowfin using our link, you can still join our team of over 600 traders who are currently partaking in massive rewards. As you can see, many people on our team have hundreds, and a few people have over $1,000 of rewards coming back to them because they're trading on our team. Sign up for Blowfin today. Get the best trading experience you're going to get anywhere in cryptocurrency with access to leverage trading. Make sure you are being wise and careful with that if you choose to use it. But Blowfin is the best exchange for that kind of trading. Check them out with the link in the description box down below. Join our team and partake in some Blowfin rewards here in the War of the Whales. I'm about to show you why $100,000 is nowhere near the top for Bitcoin, but first, we've got to start on CoinMarketCap. You see, something very interesting has been happening on Bitcoin as of late. It's actually been losing market dominance to the altcoins. On 11/20/2024, Bitcoin's market dominance was sitting at 60. Right now, on December the 6th, it's trading at 54. The reason that this is so important and why it ties into Bitcoin going so much higher than $100,000 is because the altcoins are now being enrolled in this bull run. Bitcoin, after the election, went on a massive tear, and the altcoins more or less got left behind. But in the recent few weeks, the altcoins have started to rally even more. Ethereum has recently topped $4,000. Solana has recently gone up to almost $270. Cardano's hitting $1.33, and XRP is almost back to $3. The fact that the altcoins are rallying like this ought to give you the confidence to understand that the altcoin engine is fully in motion. We've got a cycle where the altcoins rally while Bitcoin's down or trading sideways, and then it flips and Bitcoin rallies while the altcoins take a break, and then we go back and forth and back and forth. And while the Bitcoin chart might look like this with some ups and downs, and the Solana chart may look like this with some ups and downs, and the Binance chart may look like this with some ups and downs, the total cryptocurrency market capitalization chart, the aggregate value of the entire crypto market, just continues to march ever higher. Do you notice how total is starting to look a lot like the S&P 500? Individual stocks go up and individual stocks go down, but the total market cap chart, just like the S&P 500, just like the DJI, starts smoothing out. We have a very strong bull market in play that's not going to end anytime soon. The altcoins are helping to ensure that. But let's talk about some other technical reasons why Bitcoin's nowhere near done and where might Bitcoin be going. Well, the first thing I want to mention here is that Bitcoin does not hit all-time high right after the election. No, in fact, Bitcoin always takes at least 370 days after the United States presidential election to hit all-time high. Here in 2012 and 2013, the all-time high was hit $12,000. The all-time high was hit 12,000% higher than Bitcoin was trading at during the election, $10 to $1,200, and that happened 378 days later. After the 2016 election of President Donald Trump, we saw a 399-day rally at 2,718% here on Bitcoin, and the bull market lasted about another 400 days after the election. The same thing happened here in 2020. Bitcoin rallied for 371 days and rallied 400% after the election occurred. So why then, especially using the context here, why then would the bull market be over right here? That's like saying the bull market would have been over for Bitcoin at 20K back in 2020. That's like saying Bitcoin's bull market would have been over at $700 back in 2016. That's like saying Bitcoin's bull market would have been over at $10 back in 2012, and completely forgetting the rest of these cycles. This rally that we've been witnessing over the last few weeks seems massive from our short-term, narrow-minded perspective, but when we look on the chart, the bottom line is you cannot even see this rally. It's tiny, both in the amount of time that has taken place in and the amount of percentage increase that we've seen come from it. And that's not the only factor to consider here, guys. The other thing that we've got to consider is this big flash crash crash that Bitcoin saw on the 5th of December. In my opinion, this crash on Bitcoin is exceedingly bullish because it allowed the pent-up energy of wanting to take profits to be expended from the bulls that are not actually bears. They're just trying to lock in gains. And there's still so much confidence in the market that Bitcoin has almost immediately been able to rally back from $92,000 all the way up to $100,000. The speed of this crash denotes that profit was taken in a way that did not actually hurt the integrity of the bull market, but the fact is it still actually happened, which actually strengthens the integrity of the bull market. Because if you don't have profits taken during a big rally, then eventually those profits will be taken and you're going to see a 20, 30, 40, 50% crash, which would have been the end of the bull market. The fact that we dropped down to 92, bounced almost immediately right back up to 99, shows us that that was just profit taking. It wasn't actually the bull market concluding. But where might Bitcoin be going from here? Well, you see, in the last bull market, Bitcoin went to a level called the 3.618 Fibonacci extension level. You draw Fibonacci extension by drawing Fibonacci retracement from the previous bull market's all-time high to the bear market bottom, and then when you do that upside down, it gives you Fibonacci extension, which gives you a price target for the next bull market. As you can see, we went to 3.618 right here. Bitcoin rallied up to roughly $63,000 to $65,000. We actually hit 69, but it's about the same. Now, I do expect somewhat diminishing returns over the course of this bull market compared to the last bull market, considering now we're having to add hundreds of billions of dollars of market capitalization to move just about anywhere. But that does not nullify the validity and the efficacy of the Fibonacci extension. So while 3.618 may be out of the cards, 2.618 might make more sense. And when we draw our Fibonacci extension from the previous all-time high back down to bear market bottom at 15.5, we can see that that would give us a 2.618 Fibonacci extension up at $154,000. The 3.618 Fibonacci extension, which is where we went during the last bull market, sits at $207. $200,000 is very much in the cards for this bull market, and frankly, I could see it happening, but 150 is looking even more likely. In the same vein of diminishing returns, let's go ahead and talk about how the returns have been after the recent elections. After the 2020 election, Bitcoin rallied from the election to the all-time high roughly 400%. Again, we've got to assume diminishing returns because the market is so much larger now than it was then. So let's assume we have a 50% scale factor. Let's assume a 200% rally from the election would be reasonable, considering that's what we've seen happen before. If Bitcoin were to go through a 200% rally from the United States presidential election, that would also put Bitcoin at $200,000 per coin this cycle. But yeah, how's Bitcoin going to go there so fast? Isn't the cycle almost over? Well, no. Remember how we saw a bull market last about 400 days post-election? Well, the election only happened about a month ago. The all-time high would be expected based on that election data to be happening in December of 2025, and if the all-time high could be as high as $200,000, then that would give us a line that looks something like this, or like this, or like this, or some variation of the kind. A rally that started like this and ended like this makes a lot of sense. This is not out of the realm of possibility for Bitcoin, and it would totally fit within a logical, sound framework for where Bitcoin could go. On the logarithmic chart, if you draw a line of best fit straight through the bull market thus far, it points right at $200,000 by December 1st of next year. So from the technical standpoint, it makes a lot of sense that Bitcoin could very easily rally all the way up to 200K. But let's talk about some of the other fundamental reasons why that's probably going to happen also. First and foremost, Trump has nominated cryptocurrency advocate Paul Atkins as the new SEC chair. This is a welcome addition to the administration because Paul Atkins has been seen as very pro-cryptocurrency, and it makes sense that Trump would appoint someone who's pro-cryptocurrency because he's got a lot of campaign promises around cryptocurrency. Under Paul Atkins' leadership and the new SEC, I would not be at all surprised to see multiple ETFs coming for other cryptocurrencies, which further validate Bitcoin and would help Bitcoin to continue in a bull market because fresh capital would be coming into the entire market, not just to Bitcoin, which will hopefully help us smoothen out this cycle that we've seen for so long of Bitcoin rallying and dropping 85%, rallying and dropping 85%. If we see more ETFs coming in, if we see more regulatory clarity, we should be able to see a more gradual uptrend where we have the same kind of gains, but without quite as much crazy volatility. This would attract ever more investors into the cryptocurrency space and help Bitcoin to become the kind of thing that people invest in for retirement, which, as we know, is a multi-tens of trillions of dollar market, which leads us to my next point. Bitcoin is now well on its way to flipping the value of gold. At current, the estimated market capitalization of gold stands at roughly $18 trillion. At current, the market capitalization of Bitcoin stands at roughly $2 trillion. Riddle me this, why would Bitcoin, doing what gold does but better, having teleportation properties where you can send it anywhere in the world without having to send 50,000 mercenaries to protect the gold transport, not overtake the market capitalization of gold? Why would it not do that? Why not? By the way, the total gold supply increases by about 3% year over year as more mining occurs. And when you incorporate full year recycled gold supply, it rose by 9%. So let's get this straight. Bitcoin does gold better than gold. Why again do you think Bitcoin's not going to flip in gold when Bitcoin does gold better than gold? I don't know. You answer me that. That's your problem. Here's the bottom line. People believe in Bitcoin because for the first time in human history, they have the opportunity to achieve financial sovereignty in a way that does not involve excess government intervention. Are taxes an unfortunate and necessary fact of life? Yes. Do they need to be as high as they are? Nowhere near. There's so much government waste. But are they going anywhere? Probably not. Does regulation need to exist? Yes. Does it need to be as enormous as it is? No. And 90% of the regulations on the books and 90% of the tax code needs to be completely eradicated in the next 4 years. And hopefully a lot of that will happen. But the bottom line is this. People know that government has a tendency to grow. People know that government, because it is the ultimate authority of the land, has the propensity to get bigger. And people don't like that because entities that get bigger without checks on them end up becoming totalitarian eventually. And that's where we've seen continued government overreach over the years and decades that we've been watching that happen. The only way to keep accountability for an organization that cannot be kept accountable is to have a secondary method of achieving exactly what it is that you need to achieve. Instead of having everything in the dollar and being slaves to the United States government and having your money vanish before your eyes because of the amount of government spending and money printing going on, you have the ability to hold Bitcoin, where it does not lose its value over time because of inflation. And people around the world, to the tunes of hundreds of millions of them, are waking up to the importance of that. Bitcoin has become a top 10 asset the world over. It's past silver, and it's going to pass gold eventually. And if you watch this video and listen to what we have to say, then you can be a part of that. So what should you do here? What's the application? The most important thing that you can do right now is to build a habit of acquiring Bitcoin if that is what aligns with your beliefs. Don't do it just because I said so. Do the research, figure out whether you think it's going to appreciate in value, try and figure out whether you have faith in the project. And if you do, it's very important that you put some kind of system in place to actually accumulate Bitcoin. For us, we buy Bitcoin every single day. We have a recurring buy on. We buy Bitcoin every day. Doesn't matter the price. I don't care. We buy Bitcoin every day because one day it's going to be massively higher than it is right now. Brass tacks is this, guys. I don't want you to get left behind. I got into Bitcoin when it was at $2,900. Now it's at $100K. I wish that I had put more money into Bitcoin over the last 7 years. And by the way, I put a lot of money into Bitcoin over the last 7 years. So don't walk through your life with the kind of regret that has paved the way to where Bitcoin is right now. So many people have so much regret because they didn't buy more, and I don't want that to be you. So make sure, if you truly believe in Bitcoin, to do something about it so that your future self will thank your current self. Go on an exchange, consider setting up a recurring purchase if that's what you choose to do. I'm not trying to be your registered investment advisor, but I do want to encourage you, if you believe that Bitcoin is the future, do something about it. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for more content. Make sure to sign up for Blowfin with the link in the description box down below. It's an excellent exchange, and you've only got a few more days to join us for this trading competition so that you can get some massive rewards. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.